Hello friends, welcome back to a new episode of Road to Rank 1. Today our first opponent is going to be a Liquid's Laser. We're playing on Golden Aura, map number 1. Now, throws down a hatch first, gas into pool. Probably the most standard opener that Zerg currently has in the toolbox, really. As we are going to open up with a pretty standard build too. Am I? I'm really feeling... Ooh, okay, let's play... Never mind. I'm not going to play something very standard. I'm going to be playing a 4-gate glaive adept, or maybe not 3-gate glaive adept. That's what we're going to do. So not super dedicated, into double Robo Colossus. This is one of these builds that I think is kind of underrated. It's a build that I personally like quite a bit. I think the new Colossus, or well, the old Colossus, but against the new Baneling, these traits, they just go much, much better right now for the Protoss than they used to in the past. Whenever you tech into Colossus, you immediately kind of shut off straight Hydras. Like the Hydras are just not as good against that higher Hydra count. Any type of Hydra rush tends to die as well. So really looking forward to see where this is going to take us. I don't have a whole lot of experience with the build, so it might be a little bit sloppy at times, but we're gonna try our best. In general, I just don't play a lot of glaive builds, but whenever I do play them, they tend to bring quite a bit of success. I also was watching, I think it was Serral versus MaxPax the other day, and MaxPax played a couple of glaive builds in there, and I was like, oh, that looks quite good there, Max. I was like, man, that's pretty impressive. He played I think a 6 or a 4-gate glaive as well, and really stuck it to Serral. I was like, man, it's good stuff. I think it was the latest Kung Fu Cup or something like that. So really just getting some inspiration from, well, anywhere I can get it, but mainly from MaxPax at the moment. I really like the way that he plays in this matchup. Him and Hero are my two big examples currently in StarCraft 2 Live. Anyway, okay, we're gonna have our first little Oracle popping out. It's gonna be a second Oracle following that up soon. And I want to try and see if I can snipe another Creep Tumor. So the Creep Tumor usually goes down at 312, 313, but because I'm nearby, he's probably not gonna do that. Oh, he just injected again. That's kind of odd. Or he just put it down without me realizing. Anyway, something a little bit off, or a little bit odd happened there. That's the only thing that I do know for sure. Gonna send this thing across the map, or am I? Oh, he moved away. He actually moved away. I wanted to go kill it with my Oracle just now. That's not going to be viable, because it ain't there anymore. You can only kill things that are around. Otherwise, well, it's going to be very difficult to kill, I think. Just moving in here, and I want to get a pylon pretty quickly too. So that's gonna happen. He's completely out of position. What in the world is he doing? What a rookie move here by him. Really poor early game by my opponent. Like, extremely poor. 5 kills against the first fly-in should absolutely be non-viable here. As we're getting our next gateway, we have both of our gates now finishing up. Don't quite have money for the next gas, as I want a pylon into a gas den. That's beautiful too. And actually, with these units, maybe we can move out on the map. Just a tiny tad. I think it would be nice to do. I think it would be very nice to do even. We're just gonna move it out. See if I can clear a little bit of creep. And if I can clear a little bit of creep, then that would obviously be fantastic. One more gas, might as well, if we're going at it anyway. Just gonna shade this in. See if I can get anything done here. Have this thing dead. That's for sure. Just gonna cancel that right away. And then this thing should finish up. Yep, that is all working out. My base finishes up as well, so that is also all working out. 3 more adepts coming in. Okay, perfect stuff. So, like I said, this is not the absolute perfect execution of the build. I don't want to say I'm fairly new to glaive builds. I mean, I've played glaive builds before, but I haven't played them in a long time. And if you haven't played something in a long time, it's often wise to just practice it a bunch first, which I didn't really do, and that's obviously my bad. Should have definitely done that. See if we can fish a little bit for a worker or two, maybe. I think we definitely can fish for a worker or two. And every worker we take out is a worker that he probably wants to build again. So this is just dealing so much freaking damage right now. Gonna get one of these. I probably want to warp in 2 more adepts, and I'm just going to shade past my opponent. I'm gonna go into the main base here, or into the natural with this shade for now. That seems to me like that's going to be quite powerful. At the same time, these guys are just going into the main. Okay, he was ready for that. Make sure that I have these buildings coming in as well. Oh, accidentally finish this. That wasn't entirely the goal for me. But at the same time, I don't think it's super going to matter. We have a very good early game so far. Very, very, very powerful early game. We're just going to kind of move past here. Get some more gateways out. This is not necessarily very well done by me, okay? I don't think that this is the greatest move I've ever pulled. Like, don't get me wrong, I really don't think so. But I do believe it's going to be good enough for me. And that is also important. So we're going to shade in once more. Not going to finish that shade, obviously. The reason why, obviously, I'm not going to finish that shade is because there's, well, plenty of units around. Maybe we'll finish 2, actually. I can get a couple more kills here. Then at the same time we're moving in, we get a fort base. I mean, we're absolutely destroying our opponent right now. Like, this is not even close. Doesn't have his workers here. I think he must have lost a bunch of queens too. So he's building these drones, and I mean, he's gonna need something here that currently he doesn't have quite yet. I think he might be walking across the map with a bunch of these roaches as well. Oh, actually can kill this, I think. Oh, I definitely can kill this. That's beautiful. He's gonna have to turn these into something. Yeah, I mean, this is looking so freaking good for me right now. I'd be very surprised if Miko does anything but tunneling claws. I'm expecting tunneling claws, some type of all-in. It's simply impossible for him at the moment to go for an actual build. I didn't properly build stuff though here. It's actually pretty stupid. There's a mistake. Should have cancelled only one. Accidentally cancelled. Or should have cancelled 2. Accidentally cancelled 3. Just gonna send this across the map. I want one more sentry. And then I think I'm just gonna move across. I said I want to send this across the map. There we go. One more observer gets moved across the map. I didn't start my blink quite yet either. We have a very good, a very solid amount of what you call them? Of probe. So we don't really have to work on that too much anymore. He's in so much trouble though. He's just in so much trouble. This is just the reality of things. What was that? I saw something moving there. So I can kill this. Just gonna keep moving across the map and make sure that we have something. We have something that we can do. So this shade is going to get cancelled. Just gonna move in with my main army. We have way too many gateways as well, which is obviously quite pathetic. I'm not quite sure why we would have so many gateways. It's literally just bad. Like, there's no upside here. It just makes everything a little bit weaker than it really should have been. Just going to continue pushing in here. It does have an overseer, which is nice for my opponent, because he can see everything I'm doing in that case. Just gonna build some disruptors behind all of this. Okay, we finally have this thing out as well. Oh, that's a hit. Just gonna move out of those zones a little bit. Where are you coming, buddy? Where are you coming? Okay, a couple more force fields. I mean, this is such a free win right now. 174 supply. My opponent absolutely doesn't have that. This is a tiny area, tiny choke to move up to, so I don't actually want to do that. And we have way too many workers in here as well. I think my follow-up macro was very poor, and I didn't quite outplay this properly, but I also don't quite think it's going to matter here. So we're just going to keep moving in right now. That looked very, very silly. Just going to force field this twice. One more round of stalkers, and we should really be good to go. Like, he has pure roaches right now, pure roach ravager without any upgrades. Probably went for melee upgrades. Oh no, just went for no upgrades. I think he might have just died against my my glaive adept attack. Look at that. Worker skill 39, resources lost, just massively worse for my opponent. Just gonna tap out, see how many points we got for this Mr. E-Laser. As we're moving up 22 points up to 64-28, and we actually pass our opponent here. E-Laser, who right now, what MMR are you actually, or what rank are you at? He's rank 10. We're currently not in the Grandmaster League because we haven't had enough wins in the past week or so. But tonight, most likely, I will be back in GM, and we're around rank 9 or 8. We're going into the next game. Up next, we've got a 6.2k Protoss player. And PvP is the matchup that I think currently my win rate is the lowest in. But I've studied a lot of different games. And I've come to some interesting conclusions. At least I think they're interesting. I'm going to be opening up today with probably a very old school type of build order. A double adept into an Oracle build. Now, this is one of these builds that has been around for a long time. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. Usually when a build is around for a very long time, there's a reason why that build has been around for a very long time. And just any amount of adepts into Oracle has been one of these concepts that really came around at the very start of Legacy of the Void already. I remember initially when everyone was playing 1-gate expansion builds, we would do like triple adept into Oracle. Super common as a start. And oh, this is kind of a fast worker, isn't it? That was really fast, a worker. I'm almost a little bit suspicious here, so I'm gonna just, whenever he walks past just anything, I have a couple of these workers selected. So if necessary, I can immediately pull them to deal with my opponent. Doesn't really seem to be necessary. Just move in here. My opponent is now harassing my minerals. I want to stop that. It's quite difficult, but I'm trying my absolute best, of course. Am I messing something up? I think I might be. Okay. So he's definitely done an okay job at denying some mining over here. As you can see, some chaos has definitely been created. Yeah, he opened up with 1 gate expand. I hadn't quite expected that one. I had not quite expected that one at all. Just gonna... I don't know what I want to do then. Oh, let's just stick with the build, actually. Let's just stick with the build. Let's just stick with the build. So let's pretend like there's nothing weird going on. Because 1 gate expand is kind of weird. That's also why his worker was so fast, by the way, of course. It's starting to make a whole lot of sense more to me right now. Let's take a look what he's doing in his main. We see nothing really of value in there, just a pylon. I'm expecting a chrono on this. And then, yeah, Stargate in the wall. And now, of course, the question is going to be, how is he going to follow this up? How is my opponent? Okay, there's an adept here. I really want to dodge that for as long as possible. And also, I want to get this Nexus up as fast as I can. And ideally, before I get blocked by my opponent, I'm just going to continue my worker production as well. Probably should just... Here we go. Send it out. Let's hope there's no block. If there's no block, we're in. No, there was a block, so we're not in. And here comes the worker as well. Now the question is, what is my opponent doing here? Is he going to open up with an oracle? Okay, it is an oracle indeed. Even after seeing what I have, I think so, yes, right? Yeah, still oracle. So we're going to be building 2 stalkers before anything else. 2 stalkers before anything else. We're going to move these adepts to the side. We'll get a pylon and then a Twilight Council follow-up. This pylon is in a really poor position. I'm not sure why I built it there. Retrospect, idiotic, obviously. Obviously idiotic. Just gonna get a Twilight Council over here. Okay, he's already moving in right now with that oracle. My second stalker isn't quite out yet. Okay, he's moving in position. He's doing an okay job at it, honestly. He's getting good damage. 3 kills. Much more than I have managed to deal. Which is actually, well, it's not great for me, really. Gonna get another gateway out as well. See if I can get in the main base. Doesn't seem to be the case. What were you doing out there, bud? What were you doing out there? You wanna talk to me about it? 1 kill. We have that Twilight Council going up right now for him. We're gonna get faster blink, that's for sure. Just gonna run around. Kill 1, 2 workers, maybe. He does have that thing though, doesn't he? I'm not a huge fan of my current position. I didn't start my blink either. That is super frustrating for me right now. Yeah, I think I'm just in a really bad spot at the moment. I'm gonna try and get a little bit of map control. Should be hard for us to do. Ah, I forgot that he still had the Oracle out. For whatever reason, I thought the Oracle went back home, but that obviously wasn't quite the case. Maybe I can actually do something here with a flank. That's something at least, but this all has put me in a position where I'm much more all in than I wanted to, and because my my blink is delayed because I didn't start it in time, I think I'm actually in serious trouble right now. Like, not just a little bit of trouble. I'm basically forced into winning the game with my incoming push, and if I don't quite manage that, I might as well just leave, because my worker count is going to be it's probably close to like 8, 9, 10 workers lower than my opponent at the moment. So, and I'm cutting more as well every single time because I want continuous production from my 3 gates. My opponent has later gateways than I do, so it's going to have a lower amount of units. I'm already going to start trying to fight a little bit. I really want to, well, I want to force out loads of things, but I definitely want to force out an overcharge. If I can do that, that would be huge. Don't quite think that is entirely working out right now, though. Don't quite think that's entirely working out. Just gonna move in here. Blink about to finish up as well. Just gonna start fighting this Cybercore, because the moment that Cybercore goes down, it's obviously a great moment. He can't produce Stalkers anymore. And that should happen right about now. He's, yeah, he was trying his best there. So he's losing production. We'll get a robotics facility. Warp this crap in. And there's only a single... it's TTs, really? You massive prick. Ah, come on. Yeah, I mean, he got me good with it. Got me good with that. I shouldn't have lost my Oracle in the way I did. That was a little bit silly. I think I would have had a very good chance had I not lost my Oracle. Because I had so many more Stalkers than him. Could have just killed him eventually here. But, I mean, he played it smart. DT after killing an Oracle. That's a good move. My early game was really sloppy as well. I scouted too late. And, yeah, I got punished for that. 29 points down the drain. That's the way of the world. I was really hoping that I could continue pushing up to 6-5 or so. But we're going down a little bit now. Next game, I'll hopefully make up for it. Alrighty, up next we've got Young Yakov, a player that I'm a huge fan of. Also a player that tends to take some of my MMR away quite a bit. So we're gonna wait and see how that's going to all turn out. I'm wondering how I actually want to play all of this. Once again, forgot to block my opponent's natural. It's a little bit idiotic. It's going to be the way of the world though. So we're going to, you know what, maybe just let's go back to the old school hero style for a little bit. This is something that I've seen Max Packs do quite a bit, is where he'll play these mass Stalker Oracle openers just with great success. And the way he does it is much better than I think anyone else can and has done it. I'm not sure how viable the style is. I always feel like Max Pack stays a bit too long on Stalkers, but I think the opener looks so freaking powerful. Fast forward bases, just really quick across the map, like good timings and everything. So we're going to be copying that at least. Not sure if we're going to be copying anything else, because he often wins the game. So I hope that I can copy the result, but can never be sure about that, of course. Send this worker across the map. It's going to be a bit too late if I'm being 12 put. Perfectly in time, though, for any type of other early put. This is also a map where I think it's really hard for Zerg to take a 5th base. I think it's really hard for Protoss to take a 4th base. And because defending is hard. So rather than defending, I want to be aggressive on the map. So there's also a reason why I'm playing like this. That seems like a really quick hatchery, by the way. Perhaps like a 14 hatch or so. But all of the rest of it all seems okay. Maybe I actually made a mistake. I actually don't think it was a 14 hatch. Oh, I just scouted too late. That's why it's so fast. I was like, if this is a gate scout and that hatch is that far done already, that's wrong. But I just scouted too late, so everything looks weird. My bad. Shouldn't have spoken once again. Gonna try and deny a little bit of this mining here. Should be doable. There we go. Yeah, you can also piss off. There we go. This patch is mine now, buddy. Piss off over here. Just gonna send into that gas. He's really not mining. He's not dealing with this very well. There's an entire close by mineral patch that isn't mining. That's not a very good sign usually. Might actually end up losing this probe though, because I stayed a little bit long. It's 216 already. Usually you want to leave or be gone at like 220, depending on where they build the links. He built them in the natural, which is technically incorrect economically, but it's going to be correct because he might end up getting a kill with it. And then that's definitely worth it. So usually you want to mainly build workers from your natural because it's closer by the mineral patches. Okay, I stay alive, so then yeah, double bad for my opponent, really. Sucks to be him, good to be me. That's just the way it's going to be for now. So we have a second adept out on the way. We're going to start a zealot behind this. Zealot is going to be because I'm very cool. And I'm going to cancel that in the last second, don't worry about it. Okay, no more extra gas mining. Important to just always, if it's free to scout, then just scout it, is what I always say. And this was free to scout, so I scouted it. I'm going to cancel this, start my Stalker right away. It's going to be... Ooh. Wait, he doesn't have... What's my... What? This is very odd, isn't it? He also moved to the main base with his queen, I saw. So I saw an opportunity here for me to go in and at least deal a little bit of indirect damage. Hop! And even a bit of direct damage. Beautiful stuff. Getting a kill there is actually very nice. I'm going to stay on the map as well with these adepts. And my next Oracle is now coming out. I love the way this is looking. Not as big a fan of how I did that, but still probably good enough for me. I'm gonna get a Nexus up here, and I also, of course, want a, what do you call them? A little bit of a pylon here, and then we should be good to go. Second Oracle about to pop out, and then we'll get a Twilight Council. Alright. Now, if he ever decides to move out with Lynx, which should be soon, if he wants to move out with Lynx, Although it doesn't seem to really be the case. If this is his move out with Lynx, he's in some serious crap right now. I'm just gonna leave these guys over here for a little bit longer. One Stalker, yeah, sure, why not? Let's get one Stalker out here, Kevin. Feels good. A little bit of a pylon as well. Maybe we can deal some damage here in the natural. Definitely can. Definitely can deal some serious damage here. I think that was 3 kills, actually. I actually do believe that was 3 kills. Get 2 more gateways out, too. Okay. Gonna piss off and send these guys in right now. This is starting to feel fairly good for me. He's not paying attention at all. I gotta make sure that I continue macroing behind all of this as well. Kind of continued macroing during all of this. Still very sad about that last game loss. I don't want to think about it too much, but you know, it's still in the back of my head. It's like, well, I don't think it should have happened the way it did. Got some good kills here. 5 kills with these. I think I got at least 2 kills with my other dudes, with the adepts, and thus that brings us to a very decent amount of kills. I wasn't quite paying attention there, which sucks. Oh my god, this is good control by me. That was very good control. There we go, buddy. Hoppa. Okay, these gates are now popping off. And we're getting closer and closer to just moving across the map and starting some serious harassment over here. Like some serious attacking. I wonder if I want this as a fort base or not. Is that an Evo chamber? What was that? What? I thought this was in... Oh, is this a Roach Warren? No, also an Evo. What? It's playing double Evo. Kind of odd. Kind of odd indeed. Okay, we're gonna get another warping of crappers over here. And start moving out on the map. Do we have a forge on the way yet? No, not quite. That's going to be my next little plan. This has been a very solid and tight build order. No, I wanted a fort base. I even specifically said that I wanted to get a fort base. We're gonna continue building these. I want one more Oracle with this type of push as well, because it feels good. I really need the blink. I really needed the blink like 2 seconds faster, honest to God. Come on, blink. Blink down. This feels weird. But I think I win anyway, no? Yes, this was very good for me. This is actually very freaking good for me. We have this thing coming out right now. Well, the second forge as well, exactly how MaxSpecs would play it. Usually has a slightly faster initial upgrade. I'm just gonna take a 5th gas already, by the way. Not because I think a 5th gas is... Well, actually, I do believe it's necessary. If I want to add in a couple of more of these oracles, which I probably do want now. Does he have +1 on this? He doesn't quite yet. Definitely blinked forward a bit aggressively there. Works out, though. Just gonna move these guys in. Hop, hop, hop. I said hop. No, whatever this is. Yeah, this is the worst building I've seen in my life, but it's going to do the trick for now. He really has no units that he can send around to counterattack, which is also very important. That always is very important. And I really want a robotics facility. I'm starting to doubt whether the second forge actually was quite worth it. It was just blinking out for now. Well, that was lucky for me. Usually I'm not so quick at paying attention, of course. But here I was quite fast indeed. Just gonna move this back. That's a hold. Wonder how many workers my man actually has right now. Don't think he has too many. I actually think I have more workers than my opponent, which is huge. I also have a charge, which is obviously going to be huge. Come on! Why would I lose all my work for free while standing there like an idiot? Like some absolute moron over there. That was not smart. That was not smart at all. Super battery gets activated. Just gonna hold this. Very nice stuff. Okay. Worker count 67? How's that possible? I guess I have more workers than I thought I did. Just gonna send a couple of zealots around. I want +2 to start as well. Yeah. It's not the end of the world here, is it? We can get some zealots. No, we don't need to, so then we're not going to. Okay, just gonna move the rest away. Don't want everything to explode against like 4 banelings here. Be a little bit silly. Gonna get a prism as well. I really believe that I'm winning quite hard. But at the same time, I'm not entirely sure if it's true. Like he's oh my god, I just messed up massively. Do I have a unit in here? No, I don't. Not even one. That's kind of scary. Just gonna build this here for a sec. Yeah. I was gonna say, if I don't have a unit in there, that's really freaking crazy and not smart. Like it's just real dumb. See if we can move anything here. Get maybe some Archons out. Like this is the area that I fear the most. What is that? What in the world is that, mate? Okay, we're really close to our opponent, obviously. We're really late with our robotics facility, which seems to me like it would be an issue. That was not good. But these guys are definitely fighting. That's worthwhile. Want some stuff in here for sure. Okay, this also is probably okay. I want to get some stuff in here. I just want the units in my natural, I think. And then slowly but surely I can clear stuff. I still have this one in my main. That's good too. I mean, upgrade-wise, I think I'm doing fine. As long as I don't lose my upgrades. I actually think I'm in a very good spot here. He's not a lair? What in the world? Well, if he doesn't have... I don't want to lose this. If he doesn't have anything but these units, isn't he just freaking dead right now? If he has nothing but links, isn't he just in a freaking bad spot at the moment? That's what it feels like to me, at least. Just gonna send these guys out. Oh, perhaps no. Perhaps I'm not gonna send these guys out quite yet. I want some of these. I need more gates, that's for sure. I still have a prism somewhere around as well. This seems idiotic. This seems like a huge blunder. This was definitely a blunder. I can just completely put... yeah, he's just locked in. Just locked him in. Look at that. You're in prison now, my friend. Good luck with that, Schofield. You ain't getting out. Very nice. Very nice. Oh my god, that was a nice little prison I created there. What is this? Oh, that looks bad for me. But at the same time, maybe it gives me an opportunity to go in towards the main base. I mean, did I keep any of my workers alive there? Not really. Question now is, what's my opponent been up to? Can I send oracles out on the map? Like, this feels still playable for me, in a way. Come on, finish up these gates. Oh, he's gonna send in workers over. Okay, units, links over here. That's a good move. A couple of zealots in there. Oh. These dudes are freaking powerful, man. These dudes are freaking powerful. I'm just gonna send my my oracles in here too. GG! We get the W. Very wild game. That old school hero style with the 2 turbers. He also went for 2-2, of course. I should have realized once I saw the double evos that he was playing something similar. But I did manage to win. The Archon's definitely helping out a bunch there here in the end. 17 kills on this bad boy. What do you have? Well, 0 kills. But 17 kills on one of them is probably good enough. Look at these Mentor Stalkers as well. Had a bad fight, but yeah, this is one of the hardest maps to play. And I think really playing a very high upgrade, many gateway unit style is probably the best thing you can do. But it still feels very poor. Like, it felt like I did everything right in the early game, but the bases are so spread out. It's almost impossible to push. Walling is impossible. Like, this is 100% a veto map in my mind. But of course, on the ladder, we don't veto, we learn. And today we learned that you can get 14 points just like that. 64-13 for today. That's going to be it for me. I hope you all did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.